Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From RNA Music.
That's right.
Your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio.
Yep.
Deep in the heart of Canton, Texas. Small town.
Yeah.
Texas.
Small town Texas.
Texas, y'all. And it's time for another episode of Ask RNA where we answer all y'all's questions up in here.
Yay.
And we're so excited. Let's get to it. Lots of questions today. We're going to try to burn through these suckers.
So many.
Oh, let's do it.
Dear God. I'm just kidding.
All right, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe because you're going to like it. Just I guarantee it. Guarantee it. And, you know, hit the little bell. You get notified of all our future videos, which include unboxings of gear, demo videos, lesson videos,
stuff and things.
And Angela and I answer your questions. If you're a long-time viewer, thank you guys so much for coming back. If you got your RNA Music swaggity swag, we thank you. There's a link in the description below. You can get your RNA. Well, not you can't get. Well, I guess you can get this one. Not this exact one. This is a short sleeve hoodie with extra sleeves. Anyways, get your other swaggity swag. Some of you guys did recently. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
And now we're gonna get to the questions.
Sounds
all
good.
Right. First question, Mike Rohde.
Yeah.
EQ pedal, front of amp, or effects loop. Thanks. Hashtag KTMA.
Sweet, sweet.
Keep the music loud. Great question, Mike. I'm going to defer you to Brian Wampler. I watched the video earlier because I don't use EQ pedals. So I can't really tell you. You can use it either way. There's lots of options. Brian has a great video, Wampler of Wampler Pedals, who, guy's a genius. He goes through 6 different ways you can use an EQ pedal, you know, in front of the amp, before a drive pedal, after a drive pedal, in the effects loop, all that kind of stuff. So I think there's a lot of ways you could use it.
Yeah.
Whatever sounds good to you. For me, I don't even use one. So it doesn't really matter to me. I think I've tried one a couple of times, but I was like, oh yeah, it definitely does stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely affects the EQ, but not something I use on a regular basis. So
Right.
I don't use one, but all the lovely ladies and gentlemen watching our video, if you guys use an EQ pedal in your rig, why don't you share below how you set up your EQ pedal for your guitar and or bass. Thanks for the question, Mike. Quick and easy. Next question, Dastardly Dave. Haven't heard from Dastardly Dave in a while.
I know.
Welcome back. Says, just bought a Schecter Damien Elite 6 in Crimson Burst EMG 8185. Excellent. I don't gig professionally, but how long does a battery last? A week, a month, a year? And what does the guitar do/sound like when the battery is about to need charging or die? Thanks and take care. #/. All right, great question. Dastardly Dave, if you're new to the world of EMG pickups or any other active pickups, according to EMG, they will last anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000 hours.
Wow.
Which is quite a long time. Now, if that's a month or a year,
Depending on how...
you know, how many hours in a month? I don't even know. I'm not going to do that math right now. But, you know, it's a lot. So, now, the 3,000 hours is like if you have
24 times 30 to 31 days.
something like that.
You know?
I'm not going to think about it. It's been a long freaking day. I'm not going to think of numbers right now. I can tell you that it's 1,000 hours is if you have 2 pickups. See?
It's like a few months.
Can't even talk. If it's a single pickup, like you're just a single pickup, like bridge EMG, it's only got 1 pickup in it, it could last up to 3,000 hours. But with 2 pickups, they're both pulling very, very small current on them. So the trick is to, when you're done playing it, unplug your cable. Unplug your cable and it'll last a freaking long time.
Yeah.
If you leave your cable plugged into the input jack on your guitar, it's constantly drawing on the 9-volt battery. So it'll be drawing 24/7. You know, so you could burn through your battery pretty quickly if you leave your guitar plugged in. So if you unplug it, which I've done it before. I've left, you know, I just left my guitar on the stand, plugged into the amp, came back later. I'm like, oh man, what's wrong? There's no sound. Like, used up the battery. So always unplug it, and it can last a very long time. I have some guitars right now with EMG pickups. Many guitars with EMGs. Know? I do. I do. And they all, I haven't changed the batteries in a long time.
Yeah.
So it can last up to a year. Of course, you know, I'm rotating guitars.
Right.
You know, so having multiple guitars. Let me go get a guitar.
Okay.
So excited, right? Okay, so this is one of my guitars. This is the Hellraiser Extreme, which there's a question about later. I did not plan that. This has the 81, the 89. 89, which is a dual mode. You can do a thing where it does that.
See, I would play with that all the time. And we're done.
Oh, okay. I say it all the time, right? This is my Hellraiser Extreme. Little battery thing. I do not remember the last time I've changed the battery in this. It's been a while.
And we're done.
That's these
Little strap locks.
Strap locks. That is the one thing I don't like about these strap locks, is they're a little squeaky, but and Angela hates that. But they can last a long time. When they start to die, you'll notice that the signal gets kind of weak. And sometimes very crackly. If you're on a clean channel, it'll get some distortion, you know, on a clean channel when you don't want any. And then they just don't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, you know, it's a very slow fade on the replacement times, but
yeah. All I have is a watch battery inside of my ukulele. I mean, you know, those little lithium batteries.
Yeah.
I just had to recently change mine, and I've had it over a year.
Yeah, they can last for a long time. Let me go put this up.
Okay.
Speaking of ukuleles, Angela just painted her one of her callas.
I'm surprised I haven't done it sooner, because I love painting on things.
I thought you were going to. You
yeah.
Draw on it or something?
I'm not going to do anything on the back, because I don't want it to rub off on my clothes.
Right. It's very pretty.
Thanks.
We got some curly fries from Butter Palace. World famous Dairy Palace, so you might
gotta eat something. We've been here all day.
It is 9:30.
It's 9:30 at
p.m.
night.
Thursday night. Oh my lord, and there's a lot of questions. There you go.
Yeah.
From anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 hours.
So it's a little over a month and a half to 6 months.
Yeah, long time.
Or
depending.
more.
Okay, thanks for the question. Next question: Walking Dead. 1369. If you guys were to move anywhere outside the U.S., where would you like to live? We've answered this before. This question has come up before. I can't remember what I said. I probably said Sweden, somewhere in Nordic, because
Australia. I think we said Sydney.
Australia would be great, except for
Melbourne.
Sharks.
Yeah.
And now they're on fire, which is crazy.
Come on, Australia.
Scary.
I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
Still, because I know that you've had some relief with rain, but let's see. Where would I live?
Mexico.
No.
Negatory good buddy.
No offense, Mexico. But you know your issues. Let's say
Switzerland.
Yeah, I think probably Zurich.
The Alps are ridiculous.
Yeah. They're just bam! Right in your face.
New Zealand?
Yeah. Because the mountains there are just epic too.
New Zealand is living in Lord of the Rings.
Yes. And I think we've said this before. Whenever we had students a while back, they've since moved out of the country. Are they back?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Sort of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, because he's working as a nurse in Austin or something.
Yeah. So we had friends, now they're friends, when they were students here, and the parents, they were talking about moving from California to Texas. A lot of people do that because it's cutting
cost of living is ridiculous.
Cost of living into a quarter,
it's cheap in Texas compared to
California. Cut it 3/4 the size. But whenever we were talking about the mom and I were talking about it, and she said, we actually thought about buying a town in New Zealand. And I leaned in like, what? And she was like, well, there's a town. And at that time, like, she found it. It was still on like Zillow or like, the real estate website. And it was a town, like a whole township in New Zealand for, what was it, like $1.5 million. Like the whole town was just a few, like.
That's not bad. That's like a crack house in California.
Right? Or like a Dallas Cowboys house in Dallas.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah.
And it had like an airstrip. It had a post office. It had a couple little shanty type houses and like a small like bread and breakfast type inn type hotel.
We don't have 1.4 million, in case you're wondering.
We don't. But if we could.
New Zealand would be nice.
I would love to move to New Zealand. And I told my friends, I was like, okay, listen, we can all pitch in. If like a bunch of us, we could own a town. Like all of us divide that up. That would be pretty schwanky. Pretty neat.
We own a town.
We own a town.
In New Zealand. In the Shire.
So if any of y'all know,
we name it Hobbit Town.
Let's do a GoFundMe. The Lollies want to own a town in New Zealand.
No.
Yeah. No, but I would love. Okay, so Zurich would be one of them, and somewhere with a very beautiful scenic view in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I love mountains. I'm not a beach typer. I mean, I like visiting.
Yeah,
but visiting is about it. I'd rather walk out and see just like mountains. That would be awesome.
Italy would be interesting.
Yeah,
somewhere like that, or like Spain.
I would rather go like to Greece because I love those.
They're all broken there. It's like, man, you're talking about.
But I love buying like a town.
Yeah, it's like moving from California to Texas. I could buy a castle for $500,000 in Texas. It's like you could buy a town in Greece for probably $500,000. I think they're completely bankrupt.
But I love how the white houses on the side of
that would be cool.
Of the ocean, and the ocean's just like blue, beautiful, like clear. I think it's too cold for the sharks up there. But anyways, where would you? You said somewhere in Italy?
I said New Zealand.
New Zealand?
I brought up New Zealand. It was my idea.
I thought you were hinting it to me.
Oh, no. It was my idea.
All right.
You can live with me in New Zealand.
Oh, that's good. Well, I hope, yeah.
I hope so. Hey, there you go. If any of you could live somewhere other than you live now, where would it be? Because probably some of y'all don't live in America right now.
Right. Would you live in America?
Would you want to live in America?
Would you?
Would you?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the question, Walking Dead 1369. Next question, James Harrell. Hey there, YouTube. Have you ever discouraged a student from learning a song due to content? You mentioned playing in worship teams and such. I just wanted to hear your take on this. Thanks. Oh, good question.
Yeah.
I haven't ever really told them not to learn something. I've said, like, we're not going to do this at a recital because of lyrical content.
Right.
So lyrical content, I'm like, because there's been a couple times I want to do like a Green Day song.
Right.
For example, it's like, this is great because the guitar is not very hard.
Right.
It's pretty simple. It's catchy. Beginner to intermediates could learn Green Day songs.
Yeah.
I'm like, sweet. Because I'm one of those guys, like, I kind of listen to the music first, and I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the lyrics. And I got into it, I'm like, oh, never mind. We can't do this. We can't perform this at a student recital because
with parents and grandmas and grandpas.
Parents, brothers, sisters, little sisters, kids, little brothers, sisters, grandmas, grandpas. I'm like, that's not gonna work because it's not like you're playing a bar somewhere,
right?
Where it's all 21 and over. People are having drinks and it's like an adult environment, right?
Right.
This is kids performing.
We're trying to do appropriate.
Family friendly.
Friendly.
So we've had like, we're not going to perform that song. Now I'm like, I could teach you the parts to it, the guitar parts or whatever.
And we've never discouraged a kid from learning anything because, especially with it, when it comes to lyrical content. I mean, I think, when it comes to like really dark bands, now we might go, well, we will say, and I know I'll say that it's a little bit too dark for my taste, and they can find something a little bit,
Let's pick something
less
else.
depressing or demonic or whatever, and then they'll learn that, because it's pretty much, we tried to, or Ryan especially tries to teach our students something that they can master, that they can carry over into any song, any genre, and a skill, whether it's how to pick or chording or whatever it is, in a way that if they learn it for this song, they can on their own time apply it to another song.
Mm-hmm.
So we really haven't had a whole lot of kids bring up songs that were just like, whoa, new, you know.
Sterling was really into like the Norwegian death metal, the really dark
it's so funny.
stuff.
Which is so funny.
And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was like, well, let's work on this, But he also let's work on Metallica. Let's work on something else.
Because if you give kids, for the most part, if you give them something that is comparable as a substitute, we're like, oh no, we don't play that. How about let's play Mary Had a Little Lamb instead? And they'll look at you like you're crazy and quit. So for the most part, and like I said, Ryan's really good at this, to give them something that will be just as epic and it'll be just as entertaining and fun to learn, that will challenge them and keep them, wanting to come back for more. So I haven't ever discouraged.
I'll usually have them I'm like, bring me 5 songs.
Yes,
right?
I've done
Bring
that
me
too.
a list of 5, and the one, I had one young, 11-year-old, he brought me all these country songs, which is great. But one was Brad Paisley. I was like, we're not doing Brad Paisley, man, because you are not even ready.
Right.
That's insanity, dude.
Yeah.
Way beyond your. I mean, I discouraged him from doing it because it would be impossible at his level to do that.
Yes.
It's that's way too difficult.
That's what I was saying. Jacob.
Let's do this. Let's do this. What's it face? Boys round here.
Yeah.
Drinking that bird or.
Good Lord, Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton song. It's got 2 chords in it.
We were learning "Living on a Prayer," and it only has 4 chords in the whole song. And I told my student, I was like, "Listen, we're gonna start thinking about the summer recital, because we're here at the winter recital. It's in just a few days.
A couple of days we're doing our winter recital."
And I said, "So pick." He was like, He's like, "Well, what should I?" I was like, "Anything." He was like, "Anything?" I was like, "Within reason, at your skill level,
right?
that you can play." I mean, because I say you don't want to pick something that will stress you out the closer we get to the recital, because we can teach it to you, but you have to put in the work. So I said, if you want to pick out something, and he did. I mean, it was pretty, I looked it up for even on easy, and I was like, it's literally just this Faithfully by Journey. He wants to play Faithfully, and I found one. It only has 4 chords.
Yeah, most songs only have 4 chords.
So I was like, but it was just, you can tell that it was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 4/4 time, real easy. It'll be an easy strumming, but he loves classic rock, type
we have
songs.
edited some songs, because AC/DC, we were doing Thunderstruck, right? And I'm like, again, as a musician, I'm listening to the drums, I'm listening to the bass, the guitar. I'm like, man, that riff is cool. I'm like, I'm not really, and plus AC/DC, you can't really understand what he's singing some of the time.
Half the time, no.
Until you print out the lyrics, and
you're
like,
oh, no.
We met some girls.
Yeah.
Some girls I met some whores.
Yeah.
In Texas. I'm like, we can't sing that. We can't sing that.
And they're 11-year-olds playing it,
right, yeah, so we're going to edit that.
Yeah.
And my buddy Steven was saying, we met some friends, and we had a good time. I was like,
well, even Wagon Wheel, he's I met a guy in Philly, had a nice long
toke.
Took a nice long toke. And I was like, so we say told a nice long joke.
Yeah.
We always say that. So
we're
not going to talk about smoking pot at a recital.
10-year-olds.
Yeah, with 10-year-olds in a church.
Yeah. Which
that's where we hold our recitals. Is in a church
and I don't feel bad about it, because there's a lot of artists will have a radio edit. Here's the radio edit version of their song, and then here's the regular version of their song. And if they were that picky about it, they wouldn't release a radio edit.
Exactly.
But they want that money.
They sure do.
So,
they want them Benjamins.
Artist integrity. My butt.
Benjamins.
They want artist Benjamins in their bang is what they want. So, but no,
Yes.
not like, you know. For me, it's easy to separate the musicality from the lyrical stuff because I'm like, I mean, how do you play this riff and what scales are involved? And
Right.
I'm not really. I can tune out lyrics.
Yeah.
Personally, but you know, in a mixed setting performance with kids, it's like, yeah, there's some stuff that you just shouldn't do with kids in a performance
because it's weird.
setting. Yeah,
it's
just
weird as adults because
singing.
we do accompany a lot of our kids, and I sing for the most part, and Ryan plays, and then we'll have Paul up there, or we'll have Steve, or somebody, and us adults, and there only being one kid, and we're talking about something like sexual content or drug paraphernalia. It just looks weird. It's so creepy and weird and not appropriate. So that's the only thing we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Good question, James.
I don't think we've ever had that question before.
I don't think we have. I think that's kind of... Anyway, yeah. All right, next question. Metallica 29. Always enjoyed the videos. Has RNA ever thought about becoming a MESA dealer? MESA Boogie.
No.
MESA Boogie. MESA Boogie. We have a dog named Mesa.
Well, actually, when our youngest, we were going to, if the names in the running, if he was going to be a girl, was Mesa Taylor.
Mesa Taylor Lolly.
Mesa
if
Taylor
we had a
Lolly.
daughter, her name would have been Mesa Taylor.
Aiden would have been Mesa Taylor Lolly.
We didn't, so we named him Aiden.
Yes.
Which means fiery.
And then our next dog, after like a few dogs later, we ended up having a Mesa.
It was Roxy,
Pepper.
Rocksie, Roxy.
Yeah.
Pepper
Potts.
Pepper, Red Hot Chili Pepper Potts.
Yes.
And then we got Mesa Jane.
Mesa Jane.
Mesa. Who's our Maltese.
But as a dealer, what we...
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like something, I mean, I have a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier that I love. I've had it in my possession for a long time. It was my friend Steven's. He never had room for it at his house or wherever he lived. And he's like, so I've had it probably in my actual possession longer than he has. And a couple of years ago, he's like, hey, do you want to just buy the Mesa? I'm like, yes. So
Yeah.
I ended up, buying it from him, and I love it. I use it like every day. It's a mid-90s dual rec, and I like it, and for sure. And I like their products. I like the people. I've been to a clinic in Dallas with Randall Smith, who's the designer, the creator of the amps and all that. He autographed my Mesa and talked to him. It was pretty cool. Totally have thought about it. Have never pulled the trigger because, as everyone knows, Mesas are, they're money. They're, high quality American made amps, so they're not budget amps. And the demographic that we have locally in our area is not people coming in to buy Mesas. So as much as I would love to carry them, I don't think we could move enough units locally
for it to be worth it for us.
For it to be worth it. And of course, Mesa's like, well, you got to buy X number of stuff to be a dealer.
Understandably so.
Well, internet stuff, man. Profit margins on the gear isn't huge, and it gets even smaller with transaction fees, and then everybody does free shipping. Little guys like us, we don't get the same shipping rates that Sweetwater, Guitar Center, Musician's Friend, and Zounds people get. It might cost them $10 to ship an amp to you. It might cost us $80 to ship an amp to you. So there goes, it's kind of cost prohibitive.
Lots of different logistics when it comes
but I would
to that.
absolutely love it too. I like their products. I use the Mesa stuff.
We like some. Obviously, if we were willing to name our children and our dogs after
Mesa.
Our
dog is named
dog
after it.
Mesa.
But so for sure it would be a thing. I'd be interested in doing, but I don't know if they would let us do just like the little Rectoverb, little 15, 20 watt heads, and the mini Rex. Those are something that we probably would have an easier time selling, but they probably wouldn't let us just let me get a couple of mini Rex and a couple of Rectoverbs and the little things. Probably when they're like, they want you to have like one of each. All of the line, carry the whole thing. So definitely consider it. At the moment, it's just not feasible.
Right.
But yeah, I like them. So there you go.
Sweet.
Next question. Thank you. Jack the Dynamite. I got a question there. A guitar brand I want to know about, a YouTuber, Elena Verrier, or Verrier, did a shred metal for Resident Evil. I want to know the origins of that guitar. I asked her. She did not respond. If you could help, thank you. Thank you for the question, Jack. I had to go look it up because I don't know who that is. I was like, look at Elena Verrier or Verrier, Resident Evil. I'm like, she's playing a Solar. So Ola England, surely you know who Ola England is. YouTube, metal, has his own guitar company, Solar. Solar,
Thin, tall.
Guitars. Yeah, tall dude. Dude's like 6'6". He's tall, man. It's a Solar. Yeah, so it was easy enough to figure out from the logo on the fretboard, and it's a black. It's one of the super strat ones. I don't know if it's the A1 point whatever or the A2 point whatever, because there's different. He has different levels. That's kind of like the Pro line, which is just way more specced out, and then they have their kind of basic line, I guess. It looked like it had a Floyd Rose though, so just go to the Solar website, look for their 6-string super strat looking guitar with a Floyd, and that's probably what it is. So Solar guitars. Solar, not Washburn, because it used to have a signature Washburn Solar, and now it's just Solar. Solar.
Has Ola in the middle.
Ola. Next question. Bubba Fang. Question for you both. Do either don't like the boys' choice of music? Had this discussion the other day. My nephew tried to tell me new country is a style. Then I brought out the Eagles, Bob Seger, ZZ Top. Ryan, you do have the best Paduk Washburn guitar. Saw the one on sale on Reverb. I saw Ola England video of him demoing Boogie Street / Washburn guitars in Australia and wondered what you would have thought of it. My favorite guitar was the Southern Cross guitar. Yes. Okay, so a couple of things. Do we do or don't like the boys' choice in music?
I mean, they like our music.
They like what we like, so it's fine.
They like to listen to, one thing I never really liked listening to, it's like, it's not a big deal. It's just, Weird Al. Oh. They'll listen to him, like 2 or 3 songs. They don't listen to like everything. They don't have any albums or anything like that.
And goofy YouTube songs like Tobuscus.
Yeah.
Like, I can swing my sword. My diamond sword.
They like silly things like that, and they'll get tickled and laugh, and because they have great sense of humors, and they're not like intense teenage angsty children. So they don't listen to heavy things. Nicholas, there was a while there where he was listening to a lot of Alter Bridge, and he still does. He still does. He still likes Alter Bridge. But we had to limit some songs. Just talking about what we were talking about, discouraging students, because there were a couple of songs. There was one about suicide, and it wasn't about you should. It was just like, the sadness, dealing with it, aftermath,
dealing with loss of a loved one.
And I was like, listen, you're a teenager. You're going through a lot of hormones right now. You really don't need to be listening to and putting this stuff inside your head right now. You need to start listening to like upbeat, a little bit more positive songs. It doesn't have to be cheesy. It could be even political, like, this is wrong statement songs. That's fine with me. But stuff that's dark and sad and depressing, those are the only songs I don't really like or allow in the house, especially when they're with their
being a teenager, your emotions are like,
you're all over the place.
Why is this a song about ultimate sadness? What have you got to be sad about?
Right, you have really nothing to be sad right now about.
Not really.
But that's about it. They listen to POD a lot. They listen to Pillar. They listen to any song that we've played at the shop that the kids have listened to or Nicholas has performed. He's like, I really like this song, so he'll listen to it quite a bit. Aiden likes more soundtracks.
Yeah.
To video games and
piano versions
pieces.
of, Legend of Zelda music.
Yes, or Skyrim or stuff like that. He loves watching people perform piano pieces. He loves like that kind of stuff.
Video game soundtracks.
He likes movie soundtracks, and especially Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. He'll listen to that over and over and over and over and over again.
He's not as into music as Nicholas is, as far as like bands, like rock bands, pop bands.
No.
You know.
So, I'll ask him, like, what are you listening to? And he was like, oh, I'm listening to Ed Sheeran's cover of the song from The Hobbit or whatever that was. I was like,
yeah.
Okay. That's cool. But they really don't have anything that I'm just like, no, that's horrible.
Yeah.
We're pretty good about exposing them, just like you were saying, Eagles, ZZ Top. They have been exposed to a lot of classic rock, and
it was never like Christian music only.
Yeah, no,
because Christian music sucks most of the time.
Yeah,
like the pop stuff,
and we listen to
radio
it.
Stuff does.
We listen to it, but we try. I like that they have their own taste of music, and that they understand that there is music out there that's it could destroy your personality. It could make you darker than you need to be and angstier than you need to be. And
you are what you think about. So if you're constantly thinking about negativity and darkness and stuff, that's what your personality is going to be. But if you're always thinking about more positive things and more, uplifting things, if that's what you dwell on mentally.
Especially if you want to accomplish anything in life and want your life to go. And I promise you, more than likely, these men who do perform, or women who do perform most of these songs, aren't listening to that kind of stuff all the time. They listen to classical music, or they listen, they're
honestly love the Beatles.
Yeah,
like
or like one of these guys, I don't even know who was.
Elvis?
They're like, I actually like Justin Bieber. I'm like, what? I remember seeing that on something. I don't remember. It was like one of your posts or something. And it's like they don't even listen to that guys, because they would probably, go into a dark place and never come out if they listen to their own music. So yeah, they don't listen to anything that I'm just like, ooh, don't listen to that, or what? Turn off that or anything. No, but I do like that they have their own sense of music, and we tried to really nurture that, and and not just be like, listen to what I like.
Yeah, whenever you play in the car, they're going to be like, huh. So.
Yeah, and Aiden said he liked. He was saying something about a guitar player. He was like, well, they're not as good as, and he mentioned, what's his name that you always listen to?
Jeff Loomis.
Jeff Loomis. He's like, he's no Jeff Loomis. I was like, oh my gosh, wow, wow, you've been around Dad way too much. That you were like, you knew exactly who to reference that to, and who to blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh wow.
He's good, but he's no Jeff Loomis.
Yeah.
And all they know about Jeff Loomis is his instrumental albums.
Yes, and Aiden loves that.
It's just
his thing.
Ripping guitar. Not like, because he's an arch enemy now. This is not a band I would necessarily want my kids to listen to.
Right.
But Jeff doesn't really get to do anything in Arch Enemy. It's not like he wrote the music. He's just the hired gun who's amazing.
But his solo stuff.
His solo albums that he's put out, he did one with Keith Merrow that was really good. Nicholas listens to that one in his truck. But it's all instrumental. It's just ripping guitars.
And they like that kind of stuff. Which I think is cool. It's like listening to modern classical music. Yeah. That's what it is.
That's what it is. And there's no lyrics to like, whatever.
Yeah.
To worry about. They're just ripping. So they appreciate the rippingness. All right. The other part of Bubba Fang's question was something about Ola videoing.
Do you have the bet? Oh.
All right. So when Ola was in Australia, he was at, I think, Frank's house. Frank Compar. Frank was a guy who was big on the Boogie Street website, a big customer of Eric's. So way back in the day, back before a bunch of other online YouTube dudes and their guitar companies, right? So back in 06, 07, Eric was putting out, the owner of Boogie Street Guitars, which did a lot of USA Custom Shop and custom import Washburn products. I mean, Eric had a YouTube channel back then, and I would watch his videos. And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm watching this guy, and he's just in his office like, hey, check it out. We got this new guitar in. It's special orders, only X number made, and da-da-da-da. And he had a forum on the Boogie Street Guitars website, which is no longer around. And so a lot of us guys who were on the website, we would talk, and Fred Kowalo, who was the guitar tech for Zach Wild at the time, was real big involved there and did all the tech work. And so we had a real small group of dudes who were super into guitar, and we were on this forum. There was not a lot of us, maybe 100 dudes, but there were several guys, people who would buy the guitars. So Frank in Australia, I think it was Frank, pretty sure it was Frank. I was like, I know him, because he was on the Boogie board. And anytime Eric would come out with a new Washburn thing, like Frank would buy it, because he had the funds to do it. There were several guys on that website. There were several guys on the Boogie board who had, you know, disposable income, and they would buy, you know, a USA custom shop. Oh, yeah, send me one. And, you know, so I already knew all those guitars before Ola went down there to play one. And I was like, hey, it's Frank, man. Oh, I didn't know he's in Australia, actually. I don't think I knew that. I thought he was in the USA. But anyways, I always liked that one too. The Cross, the Washburn dime that had the black, you know, like it's a Black Sabbath tribute style guitar that Washburn made for him when Pantera was opening for Black Sabbath on a tour. He had this custom shop guitar made, and I always thought it was really classy looking because just a flame maple top, this one sort of, you know, gothic looking cross on it. I was like, I want that. I always wanted one of those. Of course, they're, you know, $5,000 for a USA custom shop one if you could find one. And you know, Eric did a re-release of it. It didn't have Dime's name on it, so it didn't say Dime, but it was the Washburn. It was the exact guitar. It was an import Korean made. They called the Cross. So everything is exactly the same. Now, I wanted one of those so bad, like back in 07. I was like, oh man, I want one so bad. And it had no money, zero money back then to buy guitars. So, but yeah, that's the same one I would have liked, Boba Fang. So, still do, but like any like Washburn dime guitar that was like not a piece of crap one, like a $300 bolt-on neck one. Like all of the decent Korean and above Washburn dimes are just hard to find, and they're money now if you find them. Now that I actually have more money than I did back then, it's like. But I don't have like $4,000 to drop on guitars. So, anyways, there you go. Buffing, here's the question. Next question, Jeremy the Surfing Alien. Here we go. What's your thoughts on the criticism that Rob Chapman is going through? Thanks, you guys, for the great content. Thanks, you guys. Oh, man. All right. Well, if you're new to YouTube... Or if you've been paying attention to the guitar community, maybe you're paying attention, maybe not.
Or you don't care.
Or you don't care. There's a bit of hoopla surrounding Rob Chapman right now and some drama. It's kind of funny because I've watched the videos that everybody's talking about. Actually, other people send me the videos. They're like, hey, I got a text message from a friend. Like, did you see this? I'm like, I have now. I'm like,
yeah.
All
and
right.
then he wakes me up. Hey.
Check this out.
Eating breakfast. Hey, someone sent me another.
People send me the videos like, hey, you see what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, oh man. So
wow.
There's a bunch of stuff going on. What are my thoughts on it?
No comment. I don't know.
I have some thoughts.
We have tons of thoughts.
I have a lot of thoughts. I don't know if I want to share.
We have tons of comments. And here's the thing. No matter what we say, it'll either go one or two ways. It won't look right on us, or people will... It'll always turn out to be a bad backlash.
What I told my buddy Ike from Flipside Music in Denver, Colorado, was like, as soon as you start slinging mud, everybody gets dirty.
Everybody gets dirty, yeah.
You can't get into a mudslinging fight and not get dirty.
Not that we'd sling mud, but if you're even in the vicinity of the mud slinging, you're going to get some splatter. Yeah. And, you know, it's just not worth it. It really isn't worth it.
Yeah. Negativity breeds negativity. Mm-hmm. So even if it's true, even if you're telling the truth and it makes someone else look bad, that's not necessarily a good thing to do. Because, you know, you're going to get...
This is getting so awkward.
I know.
And then there are going to be people like taking this section out and be like commenting.
What are you talking about? Oh man, what happened?
Ryan and Angela of RNA Music. Yeah. Refuse to say anything about their... No, it's just, it's a lot, and...
There's a lot of baggage to unpack. And there's a lot of stuff that's not being said right now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more to the business side. Because right now everybody's talking about Rob Chapman Riff City, this thing. It's like, there's a lot more
there's a whole lot of
behind
people
that
involved.
Because there were other dealers before.
Obviously.
You know, and that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't saying cut it. I was just like, you and I.
There's a whole other story back there.
Yes. There's a whole other... There's more to it than what... There's always... But see, here's the thing. That's with everything. Whether it's all the way up to the president or just your neighbor who are getting... The neighbors who are getting divorced.
Like, how deep do you want to go?
There's always more to the story. There's always more than one side. There's always more people involved. There's always that. So whenever you hear things with people involved, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that there's more to the story for everybody. And
we'll say this. I think we were talking about this earlier. Mm-hmm. I think how Rob has handled the situation, he could have done a much better job.
Yeah, he could.
Of handling it than he did with his response video to Kellen Hughes, which, by the way, you know, there's a forum on Rob Chapman's website. I was a member of. That's where I met a lot of, you know, people that I know. Kellen was from there. He was a mega massive fanboy back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started. But, you know, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
And I think Rob's response to Kellen
could have been better.
Could have been better. You know, I don't think he handled that very well at all. He could have done a much better job of damage control than he did. And, you know, the internet's a brutal place.
It really is.
And people...
It really is.
Some people are... I think what has happened is he's always had trolls that just... Because you're always going to have somebody who hates you, no matter what. Even if you're amazing. You're going to have somebody who hates you just because. And I think now... He's always had that, but now I think he's got some people who are legitimately like angry, you know, at him for how he handled the situation and how things have gone, and like, it doesn't look real good. He could have done a better job of PR than I think he did.
Right.
So,
but I'll say this: those of you who do know anything of the whole story of any of the dealers or any of the stuff. Don't use us as an excuse to be mean to other people.
Yeah.
Don't use other people just because you need to get your rocks off with, you know, spewing violence or ugliness to other people or even Rob or whomever. Don't use other people to do that. Don't do that. I think that out of all of the things, even with Gibson and everybody, you don't use other people to say what you have to say. Be man up, you know, ball up and say, this is my own opinion. Or this is what I think, you know. But don't use other people to get your point across. I think a few of the people have done that, and I think that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I do not condone bullying of any kind. Against anyone of no matter how big of an audience they have or how little of an audience they have.
No.
You know, don't go attack anybody.
Be man enough to own up to whatever you say, because once your words get out there, you have to take ownership on both sides. All sides need to take ownership for what you say. And at the end of the day, you know, we're all people and human that are going to make mistakes and do things, and you should expect that. People are going to look out for number one. But just don't take it personally and keep going. Do you, boo?
You do you. People are going to let you down because people are humans. And I think it's important to not put anybody up on too high of a pedestal, whether it's, you know, rock stars, like your favorite band, you know, your favorite music artists or actors or authors or anybody, or YouTube people.
Yeah.
Like, don't put them on too high of a pedestal because
good Lord, no.
they're humans. We're human. Everybody's human. They're going to let you down at some point eventually. So
yes, they really are.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's it's amazing. It'll probably all blow over.
Yeah.
Maybe. But, you know, people rise and fall all the time, like with fame. Like, if claim to fame, there's people who are on YouTube previously, not even musicians I'm talking.
Just regular, makeup artists and
comedians, make people blow up huge and then go away. You know, so
just ebb and flow of life.
Yeah, it'll be, I guess, interesting.
Don't take everything to heart, y'all.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I also don't really. It doesn't affect us anymore. So
anymore. That's
anymore. All right.
Moving on.
Thanks for the question, Jeremy. All right, next question. Psycho G. Lamau. Seriously, though, has anyone ever criticized you for bringing your Hellraiser to play y'all's worship service? Peace and love from Ohio. I have a Hellraiser Extreme Schecter guitar. Actually, I have two. Hellraiser. Actually, I have three.
Oh, yeah.
Hellraiser Extremes. One I never played because it's more Strat shaped and it's not. Sometimes I play it, but no, because most people at church couldn't even tell you the name of the guitar I have, what brand it is, what's a Gibson. Is that a Gibson?
They wouldn't know.
Does it look like a, nobody knows. And the little thing on the headstock truss rod cover that says Hellraiser.
No one's going to be that close.
You can't read it. My buddy Pete, who plays bass with me, he's like, because I actually took my Hellraiser to band practice last night. He's like, hey, you brought the Hellraiser. Haven't seen it in a while. I was like, oh yeah, I've been playing it a lot lately because we're getting ready for, a thing. So, no, because nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
And honestly, they have probably more things to worry about in their own lives than to pick apart, to be like, is that a Hellraiser?
Your guitar says Hellraiser on it.
I was like, so were you last night? Susan? Watch.
Oh, why are you picking on Susan?
Watch yourself. You better check yourself, girl, before you wreck yourself. Instead of picking on my guitar.
I might be playing a Schecter Hellraiser, but you were at the bar last night. So what's
like raising hell, literally.
You were literally raising hell. I'm just playing a guitar.
Yeah.
So no one's ever. No one said anything. No. Nobody even cares. They're like, oh, that's a pretty guitar.
They might now.
Maybe. Yeah.
Goodness.
What else are you gonna play? I mean, you know how many Gibsons have been used for evil? And if I play a Gibson guitar, doesn't that, isn't that my endorsement of evil music if I play a Gibson guitar also? Because, no. Yeah, nobody cares, man. Which is good, because I like my Hellraisers. They're great. They're great guitars. Keep on doing it. One of them is real classy looking. You saw it, like sunbursty. Like, ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Next question. Just fun guitar. Cheers for the good answers, RNA. I would love to come to Texas one of these days. It will happen. New questions. 1. Whom do you most take after in your family? This is great. Good questions. 2. Have you ever used a Gibson amp? They're very, very rare here. 3. Have you heard about the vegan folks who feed their cats a plant-only diet? Is that a thing in Texas?
Nice.
#KTMA, #/yes. Okay. Question. Whom do you take after in your family? I'm assuming he means like in my family. Like, who do I take after, my mom or my dad or an uncle or something? I'm assuming that's what that means.
Yes.
So who do you take after the most in your family?
Oh, golly.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Because you're not really the same as your mom or your dad.
I'm both.
Yeah. So you're like a blend.
I'm literally, I think, split down the middle.
Which is interesting.
Because most children aren't.
Yeah.
One usually, like our kids, one looks like the other, but acts like the other. Has the temperament.
Nicholas looks like me, but mentally, emotionally, temperament is a lot more like Angela.
Yeah.
Aiden looks more like Angela, but it's just like a little mini clone of me, like emotionally, mentally,
Temper.
personality, temper. It's really weird. And it's really interesting that their personalities are the opposite of what they look like.
Yeah.
But that's our kids. That's our kids.
Each parent. So
but
yeah. So I think a lot of me is dad. I think
so. I think I see. Well.
But when it comes to like household management, what mom put in me growing up and what I watched because I was always around her is a lot like mom.
I think you're the best parts of your mom and the best parts of your dad. It's like you're like the best of both of them because they both have their flaws. Like everybody has flaws.
Right.
Human beings have flaws.
Right.
People on YouTube have
flaws. He's trying to backpedal because he doesn't want mom to know that you.
No. I think she's great. She doesn't watch this. Everybody has flaws, but all of the strong points of your mom is you, and then all the strong points of your dad. I think you have a lot of them. The best elements of both of them.
Yeah.
Do you take after any of your grandmas? Or grandpas?
I think I'm more like my grandfathers than my grandmothers. My grandma, my dad's mom, I don't think I never really felt like I was that connected to her in that kind of way. Definitely not my mom's mom. I was not connected to her. I did not like
Dolores.
I didn't connect with her at all. But my grandfathers, there was something about them. Both of them, to me as a kid, both of them were very stoic, very quiet. They were like walk softly, carry a big stick type men, both of them. My grandfather on my mom's side was very, loud. Book, he loved the book and he loved the Cowboys. He loved books and Cowboys, And my grandfather, my dad's side, was just very hard worker, succeeded in everything he did, just... So I can see myself, but love to minister, just so I can see myself in both grandfathers. And I think my grandfather's attributes in my parents are what I got.
Good man. Makes sense.
So.
All right.
Because I am more man, decision-making type person, and even how I fight and everything.
You're not a girly girl.
I'm not a girly girl. I mean, I like girly things now, but growing up, I was not. And I still am not. Even how I speak, how I carry myself, how I handle situations is very dominant type. I'm not passive at all.
No, she's not. All right.
Yeah.
What about me? Do me.
Do you. We were talking about this.
We were talking about this today, actually, before I knew this was a question.
Isn't that funny? Because he is.
I'm not.
He's like neither one of his parents. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I look like my dad.
Yeah.
Like, looks kind of like the way Nicholas looks a lot like me, except he's a lot taller.
Yeah, but there are aspects of you that look just like your mom, though.
Yeah, I have my mom's eyes.
Yes.
My mom has super blue eyeballs. Yeah. And I got like
super blue
eyeballs.
Eyes.
So I got eyeballs like my mom.
Yeah.
But
and
like
the shape of your eyes are like your mom too.
Yeah. But like, my size and
you got
a lot of other structure is definitely lolly. I've definitely lolly
but
structure.
His personality and just his, I don't know, your demeanor and how you approach people. Neither one, like your mom is like in your face, like loves people. She always wants to talk, ask questions, and you're nothing like that.
Well, I mean, she's a talker. I'm a talker.
I know, but she's more like, hey, so where are you from? And how are you? You never do that with people. And she's always like that. And Ray's a little like that, but not really. He's hard to read. But you're not, you're neither like, so we had to say, we were thinking
talking
that he
today.
was like, more like his mom's dad.
Yeah.
Who he's named after.
I'm actually named, my mother's father, his name is Alphus Lunsford.
Alpheus.
It's my middle name. So my middle name, Ryan Alphus, which I hated as a kid. I hated my middle name because I was like, I have never heard that ever. It's a weird name. It's not like it was, John or
George or
or Harry or like a normal name. But none of my grandparents had normal names. All my grandparents had weird names. Like,
yeah.
And as a
like
kid,
country names.
Yeah.
Like real country.
So I was like, I was not into my middle name as a kid. I never told anybody what it was, or of course my mom would be like, Ryan Alphys. I'm like, oh crap, I'm in trouble now. But as I got older, I realized how like this is pretty cool because no one has his name. I've never seen anybody else who had this name. Like it was. I think it reached its peak of popularity in like 1920 when like 4 dudes had that name or something.
Yeah.
It was like 1865. Somebody was named Alphys, but it was my granddad's name. It was my mom's dad, and he passed away before I was born, so I never met him. I don't know. I've seen pictures of him. And of course, they didn't have video cameras really back. I mean, they existed back then, but we didn't. My family didn't have home movies.
Right.
Super 8 movies, in the 70s or whatever, or 60s. So I don't know anything about my granddad other than what he looks like. I don't really look like him.
No.
My uncle kind of looks like him. My mom's brother looks like him. But we're talking today, we're like, I wonder what kind of personality he has. Because and you thought that. Maybe because I'm so different than my mom and my dad.
He's ornery.
Yeah, but like in not mean way.
No, in a good, cute way.
Yeah. Like my dad's dad was ornery in like a mean way. This is a mean a-hole.
Yeah, you wanted to shoot him kind of way.
Like so, but apparently he was happy too. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't remember him that way, but. So maybe I'm like my granddad who I never knew. We can go with that. Sounds good. Makes for a good story.
I think so.
I've got to ask my uncle, or ask my mom, what was Granddad really like? Like, what, did he make jokes? Was he funny? Was he, did he laugh a lot? Did he not? Was he super serious all the time? I don't know.
Both my grandparents were very my grandpas were very serious men.
I think that that generation there was a lot of seriousness.
Yeah.
In there, but there's also a lot of partying too, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, I have like quite a few pictures of my mom's parents, my grandparents on my mom's side, like with scotches in their hands, and everybody's like, looking at the camera and stuff. It's just the cutest, coolest thing. But my grandparents on my dad's side, they were farmers in Alabama, living through the 20s and 30s and 40s in the South as a black family in Alabama. It's a little differences of humor.
A little bit.
Than middle class white family and from Ohio. Such
very
a
diverse,
big swing.
Very diverse backgrounds.
On both sides of the family. But yeah. I think both of us are grandfathers' children.
That would make sense.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. I'm going to claim my mom's dad because I don't think I'm anything like my dad's dad. Like, I don't think.
No.
I can't be.
Yeah. No.
I'm definitely not. Next question. Have you ever used a Gibson amp? They're very, very rare here. I don't think so, but maybe. The only thing that comes close, I have a friend who inherited like a 1960 Gibson 335 from his granddad who passed away, and it had sat in the closet. His grandma brought it out. When he turned like 30-something, his grandma was like, all right, you're not, an idiot. You got your life together. Here's your granddad's guitar. And he brought it in with an amp for it was like a 1956 or 7 amplifier. I cannot remember if it was a Fender amp or a Gibson amp. I feel like it was a Fender amp. Like it would shock you when you plugged it in. I was like, oh my gosh, that might have been dangerous. But I restrung the Gibson for him, and I plugged it into that amp and played it. I was like, that sounded pretty cool. I cannot for the life of me remember if it was a Gibson amp or not. I feel like it was a Fender amp from like the late 50s, but it could have been a Gibson. But yeah, you don't see a lot of those here either. I haven't. I don't think I have in person other than maybe this one time. And even now, I don't know. I can't remember if it was a Fender or a Gibson amp. But
yeah,
don't see them very much around these parts anyways. So, yeah. There you go. All right, third question, just on guitar. Have you heard about the vegan folks who feed their cats plants-only diet? Is that a thing in Texas? I have heard of that. like
I've never heard of
people who are vegan like making their dogs and their cats like you're gonna have plants, right? I'm like, it's not good for them.
Kill their cats. That's just.
I don't think
that's
it's
not right.
Yeah, I mean they're carnivores.
The only time a dog eats grass or anything like that is if it needs to vomit.
Yeah.
Like it knows that if I eat grass, it'll induce vomit.
I mean, there's some things you can
it's
feed a
not
dog.
because they're just like, I don't love this
is
grass.
Is it sweet potatoes?
Yeah.
And I think like certain oats.
Yeah.
That they can have. I mean,
right.
It won't kill them.
Well, because, they have the teeth that are both, they're omnivore back. Yeah. Their teeth are...
Cats don't have that.
No, they're just like razor blades. They're meant to, and their tongue is meant to...
Cats are meat
actually
shredders.
Pull apart. Like, that's why their tongues have those little barbs on them, so they can actually literally pull meat off of bone as they lick.
Are death machines.
Yeah. Yeah. They're... That's I think that's cruel.
That's what they do. That's just stupid.
I mean, just
humans,
because you can't figure it out, because...
Yeah, humans were blessed the fact that we can survive on meat. Mm-hmm. We can survive on not meat. And like if you choose to live a vegetarian, vegan lifestyle, you can
sure
you can make it work. Our systems are adapt enough that you can do that because we are omnivores. Mm-hmm. That means we go both ways. We're kind of bilateral with what we can eat as humans, but cats are not. No. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Please don't do that to your cat.
Sorry if you're a vegan and you're stupid and you make your cats eat
plants. That doesn't make any sense.
That does not make any sense at all.
Yeah.
I don't personally know anyone, Chris, who does that around here.
Not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
Well, let's put it this way. Not in East Texas. Maybe in Dallas, because Dallas is a little bit more fruity than...
Austin's very frou-frou.
In Austin, but not in East Texas. You're not going to see that.
Yeah, we got people feeding
if they
their
do,
cats
they're not
raw
going to tell
meat here.
They're not going to tell anybody. We get cats just so they will eat other living things.
You know why we have cats? Because they kill snakes and mice.
Yeah. We're not going to limit them from that.
We have cats because
those
they will
people
kill.
Who like declaw cats, because they don't want them.
I'm not into that either. Our cats are not declawed.
Yeah.
Our cats are fully armed, which is not always good for our furniture. But it's good for them.
It's who they are. I'm not going to change who they are because I don't like it.
Yeah, just because it's inconvenient that they shredded our nice couch. But if they ever get lost outside, they kind of need those things.
To defend themselves.
To protect themselves, yeah. Sometimes against our dogs, they need to do that. Fun questions. Just fun guitar. Next question. Multi-sooner...
both ways.
Multi-sooner one. Mm-hmm. Are you ever going to make a trip to California to one of the NAMM shows? Yeah. We actually have been. We went 2014. 2014 is the first winter NAMM that I went to. Did we go to the summer NAMM before that?
No,
I
after.
didn't think that. Wait. No, we went to summer NAMM like 2010. Because when we went to see your parents, yeah, it was like 2010, 2011 is the summer NAMM in Nashville that we went to. Because we were already in Alabama anyways, visiting your folks.
It was like 2011 then. It wasn't 2010.
Like 2011, we were at the summer NAMM. 2014, me and my dad drove to Anaheim. 23 and a half hours from East Texas to Anaheim, California. The whole point of which was to go, we bought all of the Chapman guitars, 2014 NAMM models. We had a deal before all that to acquire all the Chapman NAMM stuff. So we drove out there to bring them all back.
Yep.
That one, 2015, went to that one. 2016. Is that right? Did I go 2014?
I don't know.
2014, 2015.
He's been to all of them without me.
I've been to 3 winter NAMMs, 1 summer NAMM together. I haven't been back since 2016.
It's been like 9 years since I've been to a NAMM.
Yeah. So, and I linked some videos down there. Like, if you go back through our 1,080 videos, you'll find some NAMM videos.
To like almost the beginning.
Way back there. Oh, back in 14 for sure. We had some NAMM stuff. We might be going to the Summer NAMM this coming summer. We had an interesting invitation to come and be like speakers on a panel of, small business owners using social media, YouTube, stuff like that. So I think we're going to try to make it out to Summer NAMM this summer, which I kind of, you haven't been to the Winter NAMM, but
yes, I know.
so you don't know what it's like there. But it's insanity. Just like super loud. It's like going into a guitar center, which you've been to a guitar center on a crazy busy day when there's a lot of people there, just like, rah, rah, and everybody's playing guitars, and it's like, what in the world is going on? It's like that times 100.
Yeah. See, that's when you turn on your mama ears.
And
like,
the Summer
I won't hear a single
and
thing.
you have been to Summer NAMM, which is more peaceful. It's less crazy and insane.
When we went, it was on a Sunday, and a lot of people had gone home, and there was people wrapping up, and there
was less hectic.
A lot of stuff going on.
Summer one's less intense and like. What were you saying? Having camera problems. Summer NAMM.
That we saw Mike Huckabee.
He was signing books.
Yeah, with Ada Quiznos. Saw Felix the cat. And
took pictures with some Randall amplifiers.
Yes, and we saw the giant orange display. That was huge.
Of amps.
Yeah.
Not oranges. But...
Oh, yes, not a citrus.
Orange
display.
always has a ridiculous NAMM booth.
They really do. Yeah. It was
pretty awesome.
It was, I was like, wow, that's intense.
Yeah, it's a lot of orange. We're orange dealers, so it's,
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, so we'll probably go back to the Summer NAMM this year. I would like to go back to Winter NAMM. It gets more complicated with the more people you bring, the more expensive it is. Double the airfare.
Yep.
I can't share a hotel room with Ike and like 3 other dudes.
Yeah, or I can just go.
Or Angela can just go by herself. And she'll be at NAMM walking around looking at guitars and amps and filming people. The battery's about to die now. Fan-freaking-tastic. So I think it's our sign. We're going to stop talking about NAMM and just go on to the next question.
Okay, sounds
try
good.
to change the battery. Good Lord. Next question. We're almost to the end.
Yes.
Next question. Jeffrey Egan. Speaking of LPs, Les Pauls, I've noticed that almost all LP-style guitars from the most brands are 24 3/4, except for PRS, which is 25 inches.
Interesting.
Do you guys know of any that are 25 1/2? Does that even make sense? Can you tell I have a lot of spare time? Hashtag Katie. Because he had a really long comment.
Yes.
I edited it down to the question. Yeah, actually, Schecter. I don't know if any of the current Solo 2s are 25 1/2, but I know that some of the Hellraisers, 24 frets, the Solo 6s, they did have some 25 1/2 inch scale length Solo 6 guitars that Schecter made. I would have to go look at the Solo 2s. There might be some that are 25 1/2.
Yeah.
There's a company in Texas that has guitars made in Korea. What is the name of them? I forgot their name. That they do mostly like baritone length guitars. So you're talking like 26-inch scale length type guitars, 7 strings and baritones. What is the name of them? Good Lord. But they have a really cool Les Paul looking guitar that's basically a baritone. So it's even longer than 25 1/2 inch. If I can remember the name of it, I'll put it in the description or on the screen. Oh man, it's on the tip of my brains. Oh man. Can't think of it. All right. Or I'll put it in the comment section. Maybe you guys know. They're based out of Texas, though. I know that. I come across them on Instagram. That's usually where I see them. Jericho Guitars.
Ah, see.
See, I knew it was biblical, but I just couldn't think. Jericho Guitars. Based out of Texas.
Yeah.
I think all their manufacturing is at World Music in Korea. But they tend to specialize in... That's their thing. 7 strings and then baritones. Because you don't always find a lot of baritones out there.
Yeah.
And I think they have a 7-string, looks like a Les Paul Custom. And I think they have a baritone Les Paul Custom. So that's pretty neat. So you might check them out. Not affiliated.
I will.
Not a dealer with them. I think they sell direct pretty much is their business model. I don't think they use dealers. But yeah, they have. I've noticed a few of their guitars on the grams.
Nice.
And I'm like, wow, I kind of like that.
You should share it in your stories.
I should share it in my stories. I could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to show me how to share their post in my stories.
Yeah, it's the little paper airplane.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
So check out RNA Music's Instagram. You'll see some stuff. I'll start sharing other people's stuff, not just our stuff.
That's what I do, because then people will do the same for you.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Jericho, check them out. Schecter's got some. I'm sure ESP probably does. Mm-hmm. They are, for the most part, 24 3/4, because that's just generally what kind of
I always think Harry Potter when I hear 3/4.
24 3/4.
9 3/4.
It's really not 3/4. That's kind of a misnomer. Yeah. But you know, it's all good. It's more like 5/8. 24 5/8, but doesn't sound quite as good as 24 3/4. All right. Thanks for the question, Jeffrey. Final question. This has been a super long Ask RNA.
Sorry, Steven.
Oh my gosh. Steven Scharf. Hello and salutations from Salem, Oregon. My question is, Ryan, have you seen the 2020 Schecter guitars? Also, have you seen the 2020 ESP models? 2020 ESP models and finishes. It's nice to see you guys are doing well. Keep up the good job. God bless your family.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. I have looked at some of the 2020 ESP stuff. I didn't dwell on it too much because we're not a dealer. I don't think we're going to become a dealer in 2020 because I've been intending to be a dealer since 2010. And if I hadn't made it happen yet, it's probably not going to happen right now. Yeah. We've already got Schecters, which I like Schecter. We have a relationship with Schecter, and you know, they're kind of sister companies. They have different management teams, but the same owner. People talk about Schecter is just ESP. It's like, well, yes, the Japanese businessman owns both companies, but they're separate companies. They have separate CEOs, you know, separate marketing, separate, all that kind of stuff. So, but they kind of fill the niche. You know, when I think of ESP, I think of more metal-based kind of guitars, even though they do have some tellies and they have some strats and that kind of thing. But so does Schecter. Schecter also has some tellies and strats and some more classic designs. But they both kind of fill that. They kind of fill a similar void in the market, I think. A similar niche. ESP just has Metallica, which is like, I'm such a huge Metallica fan. I don't know why I have not. Yeah. You haven't noticed? I don't know why I never started carrying ESP stuff. Metallica. But, yes, checked it out. I want the Solo 6 to come back. That's what I want. Currently, my favorite kind of Schecter is the Solo 6, which they don't really have any current models of. I have 3, and I keep my eyeballs peeled for a specific one. I've been hunting for a while, and as soon as it pops up, hopefully I'll have the resources to get it. The last 2 times one has popped up, I was like, oh man, I can't get it. I don't have the credit. I don't have available credit to get that. So I got my eyeballs peeled for one specific Schecter Solo 6. I like that one. I would like to see it come back. Maybe we could do an RNA limited edition Schecter. They would do it. We just got to order 40, which we've already been down that road. So I don't know. You know, if I could get like 10 or 5, that would be something. But so the other neat ones for Schecter is the Nick Johnston Strats. I'm not a Strat guy necessarily. I'll eventually probably get one because you just. The only thing that gets that sound is a Strat. But I think that's interesting about Nick's guitars. He's always had the 3 single coils, like a regular Strat style guitar does. But this year they released the humbucker single Nick Johnston signature models. And I like Nick. I've talked to him a couple of times. Saw him when he came through on tour. We had a little chat. And he seems like a really nice guy. Can play as butt off. He's an amazing guitar player. Phenomenal. I'm like, how did people get that good? Like, how is that even possible?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, he's no Jeff Loomis.
Of course not.
But he is Nick Johnston.
Right.
So I thought those are pretty cool. You know, they got the Silver Mountain ones, which is kind of cool, you know, paint jobs. I like the E ones, which is the Explorer style Schecters, and their V, probably, I've been looking at the Schecter Vs for a while too. I'm like, never owned a V. It would be more affordable to get a Schecter V than a Gibson V, even though I deep down want a Gibson V. But, you know, I like kind of the odd-shaped stuff. So
yeah.
I don't guess that's what currently sells because it's not in the catalog. But I have looked at them. Yes, I have looked at them. Lots of cool. I like the paint jobs. I would like to see that on a solo 6. That's what I want. That's what I want, Schecter. More solo 6s. I want the... Actually, I don't want the Hellraiser Extreme to come back. I want it to be mine. I'm going to collect all of them. I'm going to hoard. I'm going to hoard all of the. I'm going to hoard all of the solo 6 Hellraiser Extremes, and I'll be the only one on the planet to have them.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Sounds good.
All right, and that was the final question. Oh my gosh, you guys!
Yay.
Long one today. If you stayed for this whole dang video from beginning to end. Timestamps and description, you can skip around. But if you watch the whole thing, you are a super amazing legend of a person. And we have a super treat in that well, it's not a treat for us, not a treat for you guys. But we got a super secret hashtag of the day. If you type that hashtag in with your comment and or question, that's just your way of letting us know, hey guys, I watched this whole video and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Or I tolerated it. So, what's the secret hashtag of the day going to be, Angela? What do you think?
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag curly fry.
Sure.
No?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Hashtag we tired. No. Oh gosh. Let's see.
Hashtag Hellraiser.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Okay. Secret hashtag of the day is hashtag Hellraiser. Hellraiser. That's a song. Was that on Ozzy? I think it was Ozzy.
I hope that was rhetorical, because
maybe you listened to that.
You're just saying that out loud just to get your brain going because you weren't expecting it.
I'm tired. I gotta fire it up. Fire it up. Anyways, hashtag Hellraiser. And that lets us know that you watched the whole video. If you want to change it to HELLRAIZER, Razor, that means you're raising hell. You're demolishing hell for Jesus. Which you can't do that for him. He has to do it for you. But anyways, if that makes you feel better about the spelling, Hellraiser. I don't know. There's a really old, lame Christian t-shirt meme somewhere. Yeah. But anyways, if that makes you feel better, do it that way. And we will see you guys in the next video. Oh, wait. Ask a question for next week in the comments below. We'll try to answer as many of those as we can. Although at some point, let's say there's 100 questions. We can't answer 100 questions. It's just not enough time. Ooh. But before it gets huge and there's 1,000 questions you guys ask, we'll get to as many of them as we can next week. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
The music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm super tired now.
So tired.
All right, you guys. We'll see y'all. Oh, sorry. I'm making noise.
Yeah, you are.
We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Gosh.
We gotta go. You got to know when to fold them.
Oh my gosh.